Bless everyone. Bliss, bliss, bliss. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are ready to tap into a new bone shaman reading. Today is first Friday of the month, December. Super excited to tap in today. Today we're going to be focusing on our December intentions, and we're going to ask the bone shaman, my ancestor guide, and we're going to ask your ancestors to bring forth messages through the bone casting set that I have here. And we're going to pull some of the trinkets to see what comes through as far as what we need to focus on to set the appropriate intentions for 2022, and also to feel into exactly what it is that we may need to work through to get there. Any complex or complicated situations, any confusing situations in your life, this reading is going to really help you through that. Now, the December card that I pulled from the annual card reading at the beginning of the year was love for December. So this also encompasses any conflictions or complicated issues you may be facing in your love life. We will cover that as well. So we're going to get right into it. We're not going to take too much time. I'm going to ring the bells. And we're gonna get right into it. But I wanted to also remind everybody, if this is your first time tuning in, make sure to utilize the super chat donation if you would like a one mini reading for yourself. I will be collecting those mini reading suggestions or requests, I should say, after the general message gets read. So we'll do a general reading for the collective first, and then I will open it. I'll talk a little bit about it, and then I'll open it up for mini readings for all of you who may want to get a little mini reading on a situation in your life that you're experiencing right now. And this will be for any guidance or clarity that you need right now or moving through December into 2022. So you can ask questions about love, you can ask questions about your intentions and how to set intentions for 2022. What focuses you should be putting onto things, and where to manifest your goals for 2022. You can ask for just general guidance from your guides, whatever feels good, okay? But you can use the super chat donation section to do so, to request a one-on-one. I also accept Cash App and Venmo, okay? And so definitely, I also accept PayPal as well, okay? All right, everyone, so I want to go ahead and start, but we're going to open the sacred space first. I just burned a little Palo Santo. Let me know how everybody's feeling today. How are you? Happy solar eclipse. Happy Sagittarius new moon today. I'm also going to be jumping right on to IG Live right after this reading to talk all about the moon. So if you're interested in checking out the the Sagittarius new moon talk, right after this reading, go on over to Instagram at Readings by Rissa, and I will be jumping on there right after this, which means that we don't have a ton of time. I'm going to stay on here for about 45 minutes total, and then I'm going to give my phone and myself a little break to clear, and then I will go into my IG moon talk afterwards. Okay, so we've got about 45 minutes. So let's just start by taking some deep breaths. Activating the sacred space. Breathing deeply in. Big breath out. Deep breath in. Big breath out. Let's do one more just like that. Deep breath in, setting your intentions, whatever you want to manifest or find clarity on today. Big breath. Deep breath out. Beautiful. All right. Calling on our higher selves, the purest positive potential of us, always guiding us on our path. Calling on our spirit guides of the highest love and light, our angels, ascended masters, ancestors, passed on loved ones, and any additional guides of the highest love and light. and calling on all of our divine essence, the collective, the divine collective consciousness as you breathe deeply in. And big breath out. Right, we're ready. We're ready to begin. How are you feeling? I called in the bone shaman. I feel his energy, his spirit with me. We're ready to go. I'm feeling the ancestors. Are y'all feeling them too? Are you feeling your guides around you? How does it feel? Notice that sense of presence and connection to your higher self, your internal energy, your spirit. And we're gonna go ahead and start with a little reading of the collective energy today first, okay? Reading of the collective energy today first, as we always do. So first, I'm just gonna ask for clarity for us all from the collective consciousness, the highest vibrational collective consciousness, to bring forth clarity and understanding surrounding what it is we as a collective human race are meant to focus on as we move into 2022. This month being December, the last month of 2021, what is it that we want to focus on most? And in what way? For our highest good, the highest good of all. All right, we got a 1, 2, 3 tap. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So everything fell in a 1, 2, 3 energy. So that means 1, 2, 3, we're ready to go. Okay, we're ready to go. First message I'm getting from this is that we're ready to go. We're ready to take those steps that lead into the big jumps, the leaps of faith, the epic expansion, the epic transformation, the epic level ups. We're ready to take the steps, and we're taking those steps. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3, go. Right? 1, 2, 3, set. Right? Like this energy of 1, 2, 3, go. This energy of readiness, this energy of preparedness, this energy of steadfast ambition, moving forward, getting the job done, ready to take off. That's what I'm feeling. So the first thing that I'm getting from this is that we need to make sure we're focusing and not forgetting the importance of being ready and staying ready, okay? Being ready and staying ready is essential. It's essential for us this month. We need to be ready for that big leap of faith or that big level up or that epic transformation or that open opportunity to step into what we've asked for. We've got to stay ready. We've got to be prepared, okay? And there's going to be the opportunity showing up at different times for all of us. And that's the biggest thing that I'm getting as well, is that this readiness it has a patience involved. It's about staying ready, meaning it doesn't mean that you're going to know exactly when to jump. You're going to need to be ready at any given moment because it's going to hit out of nowhere. And when it hits, it's time to go. Okay. It's time to go. So whatever it is that you're asking for 2022, or whatever it is that you're wanting to accomplish before the year ends, or both, it's time to stay ready and be ready for those big opportunities to show up where you can just go for it, okay? You can just go for it. And if you are already in a position where you know you have everything you need to actually go for what you're wanting, then go for it. Go for it now, okay? Then this is your sign that right now you are ready. 1, 2, 3, go, okay? And there's this energy of rhythm with that, right? Where we really want to honor the progression of our success by the way we trust ourselves, right? When we do 1, 2, 3, go, and we just jump, instead of saying 1, 2, 3, and then we stutter or we stop or we hesitate, When we say 1, 2, 3, go, that rhythm, boom, 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 that momentum, that's what helps us be more successful, because that momentum is really based in our trust. It's the momentum of trust in ourselves and trust in the experience. And that trust is going to make us successful. So if there's something that you've been hesitating on, that you've been doubting, that you've been feeling a little lack of trust on, this is your choice, and this is your opportunity that you have right here and now to say, I'm not gonna hesitate, I'm not gonna resist, I'm not gonna doubt, I'm not gonna slow down, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, go, and I'm gonna trust and jump for it, and it's going to really manifest more success for you, okay? Now, the 3 energy is also a sign of harmony and synergy and balance amongst 3 moving parts. This can be moving parts in a situation you're in, 3 elements to a situation, 3 factors that you're trying to organize or figure out, 3 people in a situation. And this can also be the beginning, the middle, and the end for some of you. So there's this energy of really being able to balance through the process of that 3 energy, okay? The harmony, finding harmony in your focus around those 3 elements that you are in right now, whatever that is for you, okay? And honoring that. And again, trusting yourself as you move through it, okay? So let's go ahead and actually read the messages. Now, the first thing I want to mention is that we first have Our Lady figure, which is our divine feminine ancestral energy, facing outward, okay? And what I was getting from this is that she's looking out into the world. She's looking outside of herself right now. We've been all doing a lot of introspection, especially with our shadow work over the last couple of months, and a lot of just focus on our inner wisdom and learning and understanding, and even our inner discipline and ambition. But now our divine feminine is starting to look outside of herself. She's starting to look towards what's out there for her, okay? And so that's an indication for us to start looking outside of ourselves towards the future, towards what we're aspiring to, towards what we want, okay? Now that we've done the work internally over the last couple of months, and really a lot of us all year, right? Now we get to really move that focus outside of us for just a moment to say, okay, look at what we've accomplished. Look at how our internal growth has manifested external growth. Recognize that, honor it. Give yourself a pat on the back, okay, for all the work that you've done internally that is now showing up externally in your life, all right? All the success that it's producing, all the benefit it's producing, all the health, all the wellness, all the deeper connection, all the peace, all the security, all the bliss, okay? And as you allow yourself to focus outside and into that realm of awareness, you're going to also start to notice, okay, there may be some other things that you're wanting to manifest for 2022, or there may be some other things you're wanting to let go of before 2022, right, to amplify your success. Or there may be even more things for you to notice now that you have leveled up in that awareness that will be really important for you in the next coming weeks, okay? So start to look outside of yourself for just a moment. And it's not to do this all month, because actually December is one of the months we want to go inward and be kind of in that, Geo just took off, be in that hibernating stage. But we want to honor the fact that we also need to look outside of us in order for us to hibernate appropriately, right? If we're not seeing what's out there and we're not taking note of what we like and what we aren't liking in an environment or experience, or just how things are going, then we have a very limited perspective on what we need to see within ourselves, right? And vice versa. So that balance is essential. So we're being called this week and this month to do some looking outside of ourselves and looking into the future to help us get clear on what we're wanting to bring in for ourselves, okay? Now, ooh, we got a sneaky one over here, y'all. Do you see this guy over here? Sneaky, what? I didn't even see him. Okay, so our void space is over here. And I love this because this is saying that there's still some mystery outside, and really we've overcome it, but we're not all the way over it yet. There's some void space, and this can be dark, shadowy stuff. This feels like shadow stuff. This feels like some dark shadow stuff. I'm pointing over here, you guys. Doop, doop, doop. This feels like some shadow stuff that is beneath us. We've overcome it. See how we're above here. we've overcome it, but we're not over it yet. We're not beyond it yet. We're not past it yet. So this is to give us a little bit of insight on what it is we may be still needing to process, still needing to heal from, still needing to work through in order for us to really be at the place we need to be spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically in 2022. Okay, so don't ignore and make sure you also pay attention, because this one was hiding. So this is shadow work that may not be so easy to be seen. This is stuff that's really kind of trying to be hidden and trying not to be taken care of. So this is something that your subconscious might be keeping from you. So you may need to do a little extra digging on what it is, what shadows are still there that may not be on the surface anymore because you've overcome them, but they're still there. They're still there and they're still affecting things. So they still need to be cleared, okay? You're not quite over them yet. So do that work in this month of December, okay? And like I said, intuition facing outward, our connected energy. This is also insinuating, our little lady here, insinuating to make connections with others, to step into more community, to create more connection and experience with others. To feel into that ability to also co-create in a lot of ways in the world, okay? Now, the last little bit I'm going to mention here before we start opening it up for one-on-ones and little mini readings. I already see a super chat came in for one of those, so we're getting some people in for that. But the last message for the collective is around money and sacred sites. Okay, sacred sites and money. And this is sacred sites that are connected to your ancestry. These are sacred sites that are connected to your family lineage. These are sacred sites that are connected to your understanding of who you are and your culture. And the spirit guides are calling for us to make some investments. And this doesn't have to be only financial. This can be investments of time and energy and focus as well. But investments in understanding and finding more clarity around the sacred sites of our family line, our ancestry line, and of the world, okay? There are going to be some things dug up, some treasures, some objects of abundance, some jewels, some treasures that are going to be dug up from looking for answers in your family line. So if you're looking for abundance in a certain way, whether it's actual money or whether it's abundance of knowledge, healing, empowerment in your family line, maybe somebody's sick in your family line and you're trying to get them well. Maybe you are really wanting to understand your ancestry so that you can really work with your ancestors in a powerful way on a spiritual level. Maybe you are feeling like there's some things to know about your history that could really help you to know who you are and give you the confidence or the reassurance or confirmation of something that you're wanting to understand about yourself. This abundance is important to receive. And if you do the digging and make the investments, really study, put in the time, put in the energy, put in the focus, and even maybe put in the money. Maybe you have to pay for an ancestry test, or maybe you do it another way, if you don't want to give your information to the system. Maybe you go out and you travel to go visit certain sacred sites that are really significant in your family line. This could even be your great grandmother's home, or or it could be a grave site of an ancestor, or a specific place that really has meaning in your family line or in your culture, or even just a sacred site that you've been interested in. There's wealth and knowledge and prosperity for you on the other side of adventuring and exploring those things. And so when you make the investments to do so, you're going to really get something out of it. I'm also getting that there's a historical aspect to money that we need to be paying attention to. The way money is being handled in the world on a collective scale, and how it's reflecting certain patterns, and that those patterns can be traced and understood across history. And this is going to help with your investments in yourself and for your family, for the future, and for preparedness for whatever is to come in 2022 as well. So in 2022, we are going to see some shifts, and we may see some shifts in the economic system. We're also probably going to be seeing a lot of shifts in our dynamic with the feminine and intuition and its relationship to the unknown or the shadow life or world or essence of self. And this is going to be an interesting time for us. I'm really feeling like we've done a lot of work this year to build our intuition and our skills. And now this next year, 2022, we're going to start connecting with each other on what we've learned, what we've grown in, what we've activated within ourselves, and how we can start to connect and come together to help those things help the world. So it's pretty exciting, and we're doing all of that within ourselves first so that it can move through the collective. Okay, how does everybody feel about that? Any questions about the general reading? Anything that's coming up for anybody that you want to know, that you want to understand? Let me know. And if not, we will go ahead and move on to opening it up to one-on-one mini readings. But I'm going to give you all a couple minutes to let that message of the collective sink in. Now, in regards to love, since we do have love for December, this is also saying, and let me just do a quick love reading on this because this is important. If we're going to apply this to the love life department, okay, this is saying that our intuition is wanting to look outside of itself right now, which means it's looking for what it's asked for. Our intuition is no longer in the internal identification and kind of meditative space. It's now in a place of, okay, now we've gone inward and we know what we want in love, and now we're going to start looking for it outside of ourselves. And a lot of us are pointing that compass out to the world to see where those love connections are, and we're using our intuition to find them. And we want to stay heart open, we want to stay receptive, we want to stay in the connective energy, we want to be open to connecting, because that's going to help us find those romantic connections quicker. And we may have to kiss a couple frogs before we find the prince, or kiss a couple princesses, or kiss a couple frogettes, toads, before we find a princess. I don't know what the analogy would be there, but essentially, we might have to do that, but it's for a purpose. We're learning something every time we do, and we're using our intuition better and better every time we do. We need to also remember not to forget to check ourselves for the sneaky shadows, the residual shadows of our past relationships or our past experiences that we've cleared or healed from, or even the past things that we used to do in relationships that represent very shadowy like qualities. We need to make sure that we don't ignore those and that we stay present and alert for them in case they start showing up as well. And then in a love essence, for this part of the reading, being focused on what is your core value, what is your core value, how do you want to live your life, what is your lifestyle, and what kind of lifestyle do you want to have with your partner, and does it reflect, do you both invest in the same type of cultural, traditional, or even lifestyle attributes as each other, because that is going to be a big indicator of if you are in alignment. All right, so pay attention to the shadows in love, let your intuition guide you in love, stay connective, stay heart open, but also make sure you're honoring what the values and cultural essences and traditions are between you and those who you find romantically attractive, and make sure you make the investments according to what feels most harmonious. Okay, and remember, take the leap of faith. 1, 2, 3, go. So don't stutter step it, don't hesitate, trust yourself. All right, how we feeling? Okay, Jasmine, we've got a reading for you next. Perfect, love it. Mix these up extra good. Thank you for the super chat, Jasmine. If anybody else wants to have their energy read by the Bone Shaman energy and the connection with it, I will do so. Go ahead and send a super chat, or let me know in the comments if you or want to send a Cash App or a Venmo or a PayPal. But let's see what Jasmine has for today, for this month. another 1, 2, 3, but that was like a 1 and 2 and 3. It was kind of like a beat drop. I'm bringing them closer because they fell off the area. Kind of like a beat drop. 1, 2, 3, go. Like it was like very like ready to perform. That's what I'm getting for you, Jasmine. You're ready to perform. You're ready to take the stage. You're ready to step into some pretty cool stuff. I'm really excited for you on this. This is a great indicator that, you know, you're lighting up a lot in your life, and you're ready to be, you're ready to stand in the light. You're ready to stand in the light, which is really exciting, Jasmine. So for you, it's about going at your own pace. It's about going at the beat of your drum. It's about allowing yourself to really settle into that natural rhythm that feels good to you, to not focus on what everybody else is doing, but instead to really honor the fact that you're ready, that you're here, that you're able to perform and willing to perform all the amazing qualities, skills, and talents you have to share. And it's all about just going at your own pace to do so, going at the beat of your drum, being unique, letting yourself be unique, not shying from that is really important. The first thing that came up was be free. Be free. Okay. And so this is saying you have this opportunity to be free. You've just stepped into the first step, which is being free. And your energy, actually, this isn't where you're at right now. This is the first step you took to get you where you're at right now, which is that feeling of readiness to perform. But the first step is that you freed yourself. Okay. You freed yourself. And then when you freed yourself, you started to feel a little bit less heavy, less down, a little less oppressed, and you started to lift up. You started to rise above the trauma, the pain, the doubt, the fear, the judgments you were facing in your life. And that led you to the next step. Okay, Jasmine, it led you to the next step, which is right here. It led you to being able to be weightless enough to receive new information. So by freeing yourself from what wasn't serving you and kind of emptying out the cache, you were able to then open up and receive new information, new insight, new knowledge, new consciousness, new awareness, okay? New gifts, new skills. And this is where the fertile ground really happened for your growth. This is where you started to really spring new sprouts, new leaves, new buds, and you started to really show up as a healer, or as a intuitive, or as a conscious being, okay? And now, because you've done that, so this is where you're at, Jasmine. You're ready to perform, and I love the cinnabar stone for you. Your guides are saying work with the cinnabar stone, cinnabar, cinnabar. And cinnabar is really great for aligned success in business. And what I'm getting for you, Jasmine, is that right now you're stepping into this part. This is where you're at. You're stepping into this energy of being ready to perform, ready to succeed, ready to manifest abundance in your business, in your soul work, in your soul service, in your soul mission. And it's really starting to open the doors for you. You're starting to get access to new ideas, new inspiration, new guidance from spirit, new resources to really get yourself where you want to be. The biggest thing I'm feeling for you on this is that you want to make sure you stay weightless, okay? You want to remember the first step. You want to remember that you don't want to become held down or suppressed. And now that you're in this stage, you want to make sure that you're not taking on any heaviness like you did before, that you're staying free from heaviness, or free from oppression, or free from suppression, free from overthinking or just feeling weighted down by things, because that will keep you from continuing this process, which is really all you need to do to continue your success, okay? So be free, step one, and now that you're here with your success and you're starting to get ready to perform and really offer your soul work and stand in that light, now you just start the process over again. You step into the freedom of that, you let go of anything that's been holding you back or holding you down from that, and then you start to receive new information, you start to study, you start to evolve in wisdom and knowledge, and then pretty soon you'll get even more of that abundance, and it'll keep coming through, So that's your process right now, Jasmine, and it's going to keep leveling you up. So if you keep repeating those steps every step of the way as you evolve, you're going to do so well. All right, any questions? Jasmine says, wow, yes, very much so, yes. Love it, love it, love it. So happy to help, Jasmine. All right, Mystics Haven says, what guidance is available to me in regards to a love connection, please? I like it. Let's find out, Mystics Haven. I love that name. Mystics Haven for love connection. Oh my gosh, you guys, my belt is like all over the place. Lord. All right, let's see. Mystics Haven, thank you for the super chat donation. Thank you for the love. Let's see what we got for you. Ooh, okay. First thing I got, it's a little bit of a crash, okay? Like sometimes I feel like I'm about to break this table, y'all. This is a glass table. I might have to start putting a little pad down here to make it not so crazy. I usually have my bandana actually, and that's probably why. All right, so the first thing that I'm getting for you, Mystics Haven, on a love connection is that there's been a little bit of a crash. This feels like two things. It feels like there's an epic ending to something for you, Mystics Haven, like an epic crash in your life, like in your love life, like everything that you thought you knew, everything that you thought was going good, just boom, crash out of nowhere, and kind of devastating. But then on the other side of that, there was this kind of symbol crash as well, like a celebration. And maybe you're not there yet and seeing it as a celebration, or maybe you are. But what I'm getting from your guides is that whatever was the big crash that felt really scary or devastating or destructive in your love life, whatever that crash was that you had recently, maybe a relationship that just ended abruptly that you were really connected to, or just a feeling of defeat in love, or just a feeling of wanting to give up, or a hopeless or helplessness, whatever that crash was, it's not actually as bad as it may seem or feel. It is actually opening up, or has opened you up to a new love connection that is coming through that is very exciting, something that you get to celebrate, something that you get to have that symbol crash, like boom, like this is big, this is epic, this is exciting, this is celebration, this is like attention getting. And so sometimes it takes the shitty crashes that get our attention in order for them to get our attention in a way that helps catapult us into the epic, exciting symbol crashes of celebration for the next path. So you kind of had both, you know, one big ending and crash that led into some new celebration. So there does feel like there is a love connection coming in for you, Mystics Haven. It feels really deep. It feels really heart-centered, but there's something that you're holding back. I'm feeling like there's like you're still maybe holding on to the crash or to the crush of what happened before, and it's keeping you from opening your heart all the way to what you get to get excited for now. And you're almost looking for permission to get excited for it. You're almost kind of afraid to get excited for it. Is that right? I'm seeing you coming through. Yes, I left my marriage a year ago. Yeah, so that was the crash. You feel like there will be a fated meeting soon. Yes, there will be a fated meeting soon. I'm getting tons of chills right now all over my body. But what's really important for you to know, Mystics Haven, is to make sure you don't shy away from that when it happens because of fear or pain that's still left over from that ending of the marriage, okay? Make sure to keep your heart open. Make sure to trust that you deserve it. Make sure to lean in. Make sure to let go of any doubt or sense of self-worthiness, sense of self-worthlessness, okay? Make sure you stay in a sense of worthiness for that love connection. Let go of those guards, let go of that hesitation, because even if you meet somebody soon that's not the fated meeting, if you're hesitant, you're kind of not passing the test. Like Spirit's going to give you some tests and saying, okay, are they really ready to lean in without resistance when we give them something that they've asked for? Are they really over that crash before? Are they really ready to celebrate what's new? Or are they still stuck in this idea or assumption that everything's going to pan out the way the last thing did, right? So you may have a couple tests, and it's going to be important for you to stay open, okay? Stay open. Let yourself lean in, even if it doesn't end up becoming something that you want it to become. If it feels right, still lean in, because it's teaching you how to work that muscle. It's teaching you how to clear or release the things that are kind of repeating in your life, that keep attracting that same old energy. And so by doing something different, by leaning in, by keeping your heart open, by not assuming that it's going to happen the same way as last time, you're shifting the dynamic, you're shifting the energy, and you're getting closer and closer to that fated meeting, okay? So I agree with you. There is a fated meeting coming soon. You might have a couple meetings before that, before you get to it, so stay open, okay? You're also getting the be free, and it's coming over, it's laying on top of investments, okay? You need to focus on what are you investing in that you are putting above your freedom, okay? There's something that you need to do to prioritize your freedom a little bit more and not feel so limited or suppressed in your expression in love, or putting yourself out there maybe. Yeah, you need to prioritize putting yourself out there, being free enough to putting yourself out there. Be a free spirit. Let yourself be receptive. Let yourself be open. Prioritize that. Don't put everything else above you putting yourself out there, being free. It's almost like maybe you get excuses in your head where you're like, I could go out tonight and like mingle and try to meet somebody or see what's going on in the world, but I have all this work to do, or I'm going to stay in, or this is more important. And it's really not important. You're just using it as an excuse to not put yourself out there. So don't do that anymore, because that's keeping you from even getting yourself into the environments where your potential fated meeting could happen, okay? Next thing is that your intuition is kind of upside down. You're questioning yourself a lot. That's what the lady is upside down right now here. So don't question your intuition, follow it. So when you do get that feeling of like, oh, maybe I should go out, or maybe I should go to that, library that I've been looking at, or that bookstore I've been thinking about going, or maybe I should, go to this party that I was invited to. Trust that. You might be meeting your person there. Don't ignore it. Don't question your intuition. Trust it, okay? Also, Mystics Haven, you've been hurt. You've been hurt and you're feeling empty, okay? You're feeling empty. This is an empty shell case of a bullet. You've been hurt. You've been shot down by love, and you're feeling empty as a result of it. And you're asking for purity, and you've been a pure soul. This is the desert rose. You're a desert rose who's been shot from love and who is still pure, who still has a good heart, who still has good intentions. But you're keeping yourself hidden from the success and abundance that you're asking for. So stop hiding yourself. You feel empty, you're pure, you're in the right space, you're ready. Your intuition is telling you to go out and put yourself out there. So why do you keep prioritizing everything else? Why aren't you just putting yourself out there? That is actually the only thing that is shielding you. This is our shield, and also our skull that says, hey, this is what's keeping us from what we want. This is our block. This is our shield or our block that's keeping us from what we want. So those things are what's keeping you from what you want, is just your decision to not put yourself out there or trust your intuition or just go for it. So go for it, Mystics Haven, and you will find that connection. Trust that there is a fated connection coming through and wants to come through for you, but you've got to be in the right place and the right time to receive it. And you've got to be in the receptive place in your heart as well. So do all of that in the ways that I've just described, and that's going to really help, okay? Love it. All right, last reading is going to be Danielle, my new beautiful luminary client. What's up, Danielle? Shout out to Danielle for joining the Intuitive Luminary Coaching Program, one of the 2 slots I had available on a whim, and she and another client snatched them up real quick snatched them up real quick. So I'll be teaching some more people how to tap into their intuition with the Intuitive Luminary program. I'll be opening it up again in the next coming months. So definitely, if you're interested in it, then please reach out to me for a consultation call so we can get you, you know, all the details, and you can start to prep for that season. All right, Danielle, what are we tapping into today? Any questions specifically? Oh, here we go. I know it involves a lot of self-love, but is there anything more there? Okay, let's find that out. Let's see what else we need. All right, so for Danielle, self-love, but what else? But what else? Or can we get more specifics on the self-love? We had a quick 4 with that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's taking step by step. That's also almost like moving. It's almost like life is moving faster than you're ready for it in certain parts, especially when it comes to just the way you focus in on things, like almost like overwhelmed, almost like, whew, it's a lot at once. A lot at once, you know, like this energy of feeling all the emotions at once, all the things at once, all the experiences happening at once, and it can be overwhelming. And even your reading has a lot of characters here. If you see, we've even got the Cinnabar. Cinnabar has been like the big one today, Cinnabar. Maybe all of us on the collective really need some Cinnabar today. Cinnabar stone, so Cinnabar, okay? All right, Danielle, you're my last one for tonight. So let's go ahead and get through this beautiful little spread here. The first thing that I'm noticing is your feminine energy is becoming more pure. You have been questioning your intuition a lot as well, just like Mystic Havens was questioning your intuition. Upside down lady here, saying, you know, you're just not, you're hanging your intuition, you're doubting your intuition, but really it's pure, and this was a similar, it's actually the same 2 trinkets, but a little different in the reading, because the trinket is in a different place. And so the desert rose is above the intuition. So this is saying your intuition is really ready to work for you, Danielle, and it's really clear. It's actually a lot more clear than you may think it is. It's your doubt of your intuition. It's your lack of trust in your intuition that's causing you to not have as much access to it. So when it comes to love, it's important for you to honor what you really feel deep down is true, or what you really feel your intuition is telling you deep down, okay? Your intuition is so clear, but you doubt it a lot. So when it comes to love, ask yourself, am I making a choice based on what I know my intuition is trying to tell me, or am I arguing that intuitive choice and trying to make decisions based on that argument, okay? That's gonna be the indicating factor of what choice is gonna be in your highest good, okay? Now over here on the right side, we've got the power, the prosperity, the good energy of the Cinnabar, you know, having more prosperity, having more luck, having more success in your business. This is saying this is what's to come. This is what's to come as a result of you applying and embodying and using your own discipline and your own kind of masculine energy of really stepping in and being productive and being disciplined and being ambitious towards this process of trusting your intuition. That's going to bring you a ton of success, okay? And this is going to be a ton of success in love and in life in general, okay? The success comes from trusting your intuition and from doing the work to sift through areas in your love life and areas in your life in general where you have limited your trust in your intuition. So yes, it is about self-love, Danielle, but it's more about trusting your intuition. Now over here in this area, we've got the shell on, this is my mask shell, and it's face down. So you've taken the mask off of your, of the parts of you that were fake or phony or just not truly you, or even the parts of you that you maybe were hiding away from others out of fear. You've started to take that mask off. You've started to become more vulnerable, and there's some luck. There's some luck underneath that mask. you have more access to luck. You have more access to luck here. And this is really beautiful because this access to luck is really a fun part of it. It's going to bring in excitement. It's going to bring in a lot of the synchronicities and symbolic spiritual activations that show up for you as a result of taking the mask off and being your true self. And you're going to get through situations a lot more smooth than you would assume you would, being so vulnerable during this phase, because you have this luck on your side. That's just natural, actually. It's just a part of your earth connection. It's a part of your earth magic. It's a part of your connection to your past lives or to the mystical energies that you're connected to from past lives. This is a really beautiful energy. So you have this natural rooted magical essence about you that promotes luck and positivity, but you've got to be true to yourself and you've got to trust yourself to actually access it. And part of that is keeping up your shields against things that you also know intuitively are not good for you, making sure you stay strong and protected so that you preserve your luck and divine magic and intuition for the purpose of using it to your highest good and the good of all. Okay? Does that make sense? Any questions? Woo! How did that feel? 45 minutes exactly. I love it. That is all for today, y'all. How are we doing? Now, it's not necessarily all for today because I'm literally going to spend 10 minutes breathing, getting my mouth in order so I can talk better, and charging my phone a little bit. And then I'm gonna head on over to Instagram, where I'm gonna go live for the solar eclipse new moon talk for the Sagittarius new moon tonight. So head on over to my Instagram, Readings by Rissa, and I will be going live right in about 10 minutes to talk all about the solar eclipse and the Sagittarius moon. Oh, I put these in my card bag. I was like, why do these feel so weird? But they're not supposed to go in there. How's everybody feeling? Yes, I'm so proud of all of you. Thank you everybody who joined the super chat donations today and who were able to receive a one-on-one. If you joined a little bit late, definitely watch the replays of the first message, which is the message for the collective that we did. Really, really good message there. Remember, we get on here every first Friday of every month. This was our last first Friday of the year. So this is a really good one to watch on the replay and to send to friends and family who may be wanting to step into specific intentions for the year. They may get a lot of this out of this. Hey, Kevin, good to see you. So nice. Yes, surprise. So head on over to my Instagram, Readings by Rissa, and I will be going live in about 10 minutes for a new moon talk all about the solar eclipse, where I'll be talking more about the energy. I'll be pulling some cards and we'll be diving deeper into that, okay? And thank you, Bone Shaman, our ancestors, our spirit guides, for coming through with these messages today. And we will get more next month on the first Friday of January 2022. We'll meet again. Peace, and make sure to check out my weekly reading on Sunday right here on YouTube Live as well, 1:11 p.m. Central Time always. I also posted in the community tab of my channel some of the December events. I've got a couple of December events coming up. One of them is a Manifesting Love event on Zoom. The price for that will only be $7.77. $7.77, okay, $7.77. And I'll be dropping more details on that soon, but if you want to go ahead and sign up right away, just email me, readingsbyrissa@gmail.com. I'll also be doing a Starseed Saturday on the 18th on a Zoom call. We're going to try it out, and that one's going to be free, okay? We're just going to do the first one free, just to get everybody on the Zoom and to see how many we've got that want to show up to the community. So that'll be on the 18th at 1:11 p.m. Central Time as well. All right, loves. Peace, peace, peace. I'll see you over on Instagram in just a little bit. Love you.